Okay, can you try it now, Mans? Who's recording? Is that Amanda?
This is recording.
Okay.
Perfect. So welcome everyone. I'm Amanda Schaefer. This is Janelle Fowler here on the screen with us, and we are both Senior Ruby ambassadors. I'm sitting right now in Colorado, and Janelle is hopefully sitting out in Whittlesea. And I know there's folks from different parts of Australia and then also the US on right now, so welcome. This training is really about what and how you can make $20,000 a month with Plexus. So I'm really excited to share this with you because this is something that Janelle and I heard in a training about a month ago, and it has really helped kind of transform our business and how we're thinking about things. And really what it's about is envisioning what this business truly could be for you and your family, and what a difference $20,000 a month would make in your life. Can you imagine what your life would look like making $20,000 a month? And within Plexus, this is not something that's actually that unusual, right? There are a ton of people out there that are making this kind of money, if not more, some of them twice as much, 3 times as much as that number. So the idea that all of us here could actually be in that category and taking part in some of these activities is an absolute probability. So I'm going to go ahead and start the presentation. And really what we want to talk about first is, all right, well, when we talk about $20,000 a month, what does that actually look like? And let me tell you, it looks pretty good. Janelle and I have the privilege of actually knowing a few of these diamonds. And it's pretty crazy because like what you'll see here is this is several of the diamonds that are standing on stage at convention, and they actually got like physical diamonds. Now they're not real, but they got these great looking diamonds. As a diamond ambassador, you get to drive a black, amazing looking Plexus Lexus. You get a yearly trip out to Hawaii, either Kona, they've gone to Maui in the past. And then this year they've actually added in another retreat for the diamonds that happens in advance. So this is the amazing looking invitation just for that couple of days before they go over to Hawaii. And this is the type of thing that Plexus does on a really regular basis, is it totally spoils the jewels in this company. So they are getting these gorgeous looking, I mean, who gets a plaque as an invitation for a getaway, right? The other thing is that they're obviously all taking a trip this year out to Dallas for the Leaders Retreat. And this right here is a picture of Melissa Eichenhorst, who is our diamond upline. This is the brand new house that they bought. And believe me, Janelle and I were at Melissa's house earlier this year. Her current house was pretty nice, but this new house is absolutely phenomenal. And that's part of, hey, when you're making this kind of money on a monthly basis, it's pretty easy to start changing your family's lives. And the other thing that I included here is that something else that a lot of the jewels are involved in is a ton of different charitable activities. So this isn't just about what you can do for you, your family, the lives that you can change for your family and your friends. This is also about the things that you can do in this world to help change people's lives, pet lives, whatever your particular cause is. And the Thrive Rescue is actually a home that is fully financed by primarily Plexus people who have donated, and it helps children of sex traffickers in, I think, Thailand. And they've fully funded this house for the entire year. I know one of the stories that really touched me is Celeste Gwen, who is the only double diamond. So those are the people that are making probably 3 times this amount. The only double diamond in the company. She got up on stage during convention and she talked about the fact that there is now an entire village in Africa that her family was able to fund them getting fresh water into their village. And think about, just from a global impact and the ability to do that, if she didn't have her Plexus income, that's not something that she ever would have been able to do. So this isn't just about you and what you can do for you and your family. It's also about what you can do for the greater good. So be thinking about, this is an amazing picture of what this looks like. And as you hear these people talk about their vacations, what they're able to do with their family, it's pretty exciting. Janelle, did you want to share anything else on this?
I think the other things that Plexus does for what you get as a diamond, they surprise them all the time. So like luggage, they get free trips to trainings for being a jewel, all sorts of different things. So I think they really take care of you, and the possibility is definitely there. And the benefits of working hard and getting there is definitely worth it.
Yeah, the payoff is huge. So you might be thinking about, what does this $20,000 a month team look like? And you might think, oh, well, those people that Amanda just talked about, they must be crazy special. They must be like totally different than the rest of us. So Janelle, why don't you tell us a story about one of just the average people that you know that makes this kind of money a month?
So I know that Stephanie Murray is our upline Sapphire. She is 26 years old, a Sapphire, so making over $200,000 US dollars a year. She was previously working for a military base, correct?
Yep.
And commuting over an hour each way, and she wanted to be home with her little boys. So she was able at the age of 25, and when she went Emerald, to retire from that job and work Plexus full time. She wasn't anything special. She didn't go to college and get a marketing degree. She literally left working for the military and started her Plexus job and was able to retire from that. So it doesn't take people going above and beyond or having this certain aspect within their business to be successful.
Yeah, someone else I wanted to share about is that one of the girls who actually influenced my wanting to join Plexus is our friend, Nicole Bukowski. And well, it's now Kinsler, but she and our families knew each other when we were like 8 or 9 years old. And she is not a very outgoing person. She's very shy. She's very reserved. And you would think, oh my gosh, how is a person like that ever going to be successful in this type of business? And let me tell you this, she moved from her home in Arkansas, where she grew up, where all of her family and friends were. She moved with their family to Tennessee. And her husband was moving there because he was going to start dental school. And all of a sudden, she realized that her husband was not going to be able to contribute to their family, was not going to have an income. And suddenly, she was going to be the sole provider for their family for the next few years while he was in dental school. And so she decided, along with one of her other girlfriends, that they were going to go ahead and go all in on Plexus. And within 2 years, you guys, 2 years, she was able to make diamonds. And that means you can see on income disclosure, she's making $440,000 on average per year. Okay, I think that that's going to cover dental school. I think that's going to cover their family's expenses. And as I said, not someone that when we knew her, you'd say, oh, wow, like she's absolutely a superstar. She's so outgoing. She has this huge network. No, like she's someone who is very reserved and has 3 little kids. So she's very busy too. And she was able to figure out how to work Plexus into her life and turn that within 2 years into a diamond level person. Think about if you needed to invest 2 years, 3 years, whatever it was to make this kind of money, wouldn't that be worth it? One of the other things we put up here on this slide was talking a little bit about Jana Garcia's team. Janelle and I had a chance to meet Jana at last year's Leaders Retreat. So in just 3 years, her team actually has, you can see the stats here. Look at how many silvers, how many golds, how many senior golds, rubies, senior rubies, emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds, just within this 3-year time period. So not only is Jana successful in her own right, but then she's also helping all of these other people on her team be successful. And that's a lot of what this is about. And I know for Janelle and I, that's a lot of what this is about is, hey, it's not just about us being successful and us working on our financials. It's actually helping our team, all of you, be successful as well. Because we can't, number one, you can't be successful on your own. You certainly can't get to diamond on your own. So you have to have that team supporting you. But also, why would you not want your team to be just as successful to see those financial rewards? So that's something to just keep in mind is that, hey, it's not just about you. It's about who on your team you can help from a financial perspective and to achieve their personal and professional goals. So Janelle, why don't you go ahead and talk about, all right, so you want that $20,000 a month. How do you get there?
So guys, $20,000 a month is not going to fall in your lap. We have to work hard for it. So it's in any profession except for lottery players, and even they don't always win, that you have to work hard to earn the $20,000. So the first thing that we would say is build a team. Customers are great and they bring in money. Ambassadors bring in wealth. And that's part of building your team is because the more they succeed, the more you succeed, and everyone reaches their goals. So we definitely, and Amanda will touch on it, is the power of 3 is so profound and helpful, especially getting your customers and your ambassadors to 3, gets them silver, gets them excited, gets them working their business too. So the power of 3 really is a great starting point. You also need to be presenting the business opportunity. It is not your responsibility or your decision to decide whether somebody needs a business opportunity or not. Amanda made a lot of money, guys, in her corporate job, like well over $100,000. So I wouldn't have said, oh, Amanda needs a business opportunity, but Erin had the gall to tell her, hey, you should do the business, and Amanda was miserable in her job. I should have known, like, I should offer Amanda this opportunity. So because there are plenty of corporate people who want out. You also need to develop a community. Real back. Present the business opportunity. Everybody could do with an extra $100. I don't know, a millionaire is going to be like, I'm good. Like, so getting those people to the 3 and getting them going, it's an opportunity. But there are so many people living paycheck to paycheck. If that could do with even that $25 bonus would help so many families. So develop a community. It's about being participating. It's about joining your group, having a positive attitude. A lot of people, including myself, are in this business because they love the community, because they want to have those friendships, that relationship, and the support that they may not have in their family, from their friends, or not have that ability to have that. So I think that is a big thing in helping retain and grow, is because people want to be about a part of something great and fun and be invited. I invite people who live like 2 hours away to our team groups just in case they want to come. Who am I to say you can't come? They might want to. I have a girl driving for 45 minutes to come to a team group, or catch up, and that's because she loves the community. So then you also want to build belief. You want to do training. You show up to training, you need to do your own training. This doesn't mean, guys, it has to last an hour. It means there are trainings from Jennifer Pickett about the different products that last 3 minutes. That to me is training. It's learning about what you need to grow your business. So invest in yourself. Persistence. This isn't going to just land in your lap. All 900 people to make you diamond are not going to ring you tomorrow. Be persistent, keep going, and make the decision to be all in. Now you also have to work your business. Execute your DMO, so daily method of operations, we'll touch on that, and share consistently on Facebook and in person. You can't be wishy-washy. You can't some days post, some days not. I've noticed lately that I hadn't posted a picture of me with my products for a while. What are my people thinking of? Is she still taking them, or is she just tiny torching all of her posts? You have to be present and you have to be posting consistently. And follow-up is like my big thing that I always say, everyone, follow-up. And then you have to achieve the different milestones within this company. So let's go into further detail. Amanda, can you touch on the power of three?
Absolutely. So the power of three is something that I believe Sheila Medina, who was one of the first, actually the very first Plexus Diamond, and this is something that she has a great video on. I include the link here and we'll post this later. But part of this is that what you want to do is we talked about the fact that you need to get to silver. Well, what is silver? Silver is finding 3 people in your personal network that want to join you on this journey. And then what you want to do is you want to encourage every single person that you have to join to become silver as well. So that basically means that every person that you sign would also sign 3 people. And those 3 people, every single one of them would also sign 3 people. So suddenly what you're doing is you're taking this business and you're multiplying out very quickly into a lot of points around, okay, this is how we do this, right? I join, I get 3 people. Every one of those people gets 3 people. And you start expanding your team exponentially. And you can start seeing very quickly how that adds up. So when you start at the first level, you're going to get maybe 15 points from each of your level 1s. So every person you sign, like they're going to be your level 1s. The next level that they all sign are going to be your level 2s. And suddenly, since they've all signed 3 people each, you're going to get 45 points from that level. Then they're going to sign 3 people, every single one of those people. So then you're going to end up with 135 points, so on and so forth. So think about this. If you look and you start saying, okay, I get paid for 7 levels deep, and by the time that you get to that, if every single person brings on 3 people and they all bring on 3 people, you're going to end up with 2,187 points. Because remember, each level as you go down, it decreases. The first 3 are 5 points and then goes down from there. So if you have 2,187 points, and on average the points have been around $3 a point, that's going to make you around $6,561 per month. That's crazy, right? Just by executing on this power of 3. And keep in mind, some of the people that you sign are actually going to be able to grow even more than this, because you're going to find people who are passionate about the business, who want to come on the journey with you, who want to have this $20,000 per month with you. And actually, you want them to be on the beach with you in Hawaii. You want them to be at Leaders Retreat with you in Texas this year. You know, you want them to be on this journey with you and have them be just as successful. So you're going to see this expand even beyond this, because some people are going to sign way more than just 3 people. So the next thing is really around building belief. And when you talk about that, I was talking to another ambassador who is like right before gold yesterday, or earlier it was yesterday. And what she talked about is she's like, oh my goodness, if only I could get out of my own way. And I was like, absolutely, because that's something that has been the biggest challenge for me, is having the belief in myself that I can do this, that I can be successful in this, and that I'm going to get to that $20,000 a month, right? That belief is so important. So you talk about, okay, well, how on earth do you build that belief in yourself, in these products, in this business, in this entire industry? And really, you want to make sure you're getting to these trainings. You're always going to learn something new. There's always something encouraging. There's always something that will help you grow. There's also a ton of great training opportunities or learning opportunities. Corporate does a great opportunity call on a weekly basis where people get on and they talk about what these products have done for them. They talk about what this business has done for them. One of the people we didn't talk a lot about earlier was Amber, who's our like a couple levels upline. You guys, she was at a point where she worked a full-time job. She was a bank teller. Her husband was working, and yet they were in such dire financial straits that when she would go to the store with her daughters, they would ask her for a chapstick. And that, I don't even know. Do they have chapstick there? No? Okay. So they would ask her to buy them a chapstick, and she would have to tell them no because they couldn't afford it. We're talking what? A $2, $3 item, and she couldn't afford it? Like, how sad and heartbreaking is that to have to go to the store and tell your kids they can't even have a chapstick? Like, and now she's an Emerald ambassador. After 18 months with Plexus, she's making $10,000 a month already, if not more. So think about what she can now say to her daughters when they ask her for a chapstick. Yeah, buy the entire row of chapsticks. You can have whatever chapsticks you want. But hearing those things on a weekly basis with people whose lives have been truly transformed are just amazing. Also, there's another training that happens on a weekly basis. They're usually really short calls. To Janelle's point, some of these are not very long at all, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and you can listen into them, and they're so inspiring. Also, the thing that got me was listening to and reading these testimonials and what these products have done for people. Because if you know what these products can do for people's health, for their lives, you shouldn't be able to keep from sharing them. You just have to. Also, learn more about our compensation plan and how it works, because you guys, Plexus is super generous. There's not only the stuff on the compensation plan, but there's all of those extras that Janelle talked about. And it's really, really amazing, like what they do for us and how generous they truly are. Also, we talked about these diamonds, right? And how they're just normal people. Watch some of the diamond documentaries. It's really cool to see and have them tell you their stories and kind of where they were before and where they are now that they have Plexus in their lives. Read books about the industry. Make sure you're on the product trainings, the business trainings. Educate yourself. What activities should you be focused on within your business? And then ask yourself, are you actually doing them? I know that Janelle and I kind of get a comeuppance every once in a while where we go, we listen to a training or we listen to something that's going on and we're like, oh, yeah, I'm not doing that right now. Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe that's why I'm not seeing as much success. Oh, maybe that's why it's not going as well as I thought it should right now. Oh, maybe I need to change that. And it gives you some great hints as far as what you can change and actually implement in your business to make a difference. And then Janelle touched on it earlier. You've got to make the decision to be all in. Like, you have to just make the decision that there's no waffling. There's no indecision about this. This is absolutely what you're going to do, what you're investing in, and you're going to persist through anything else that happens. You're absolutely going to be all in. I know when we hear a lot of the jewels talk, so that's emerald level, emerald, sapphires, diamonds, almost every single one of them will tell you that they started making a difference in their business when they made the decision that they were going to be all in. And that's something that for all of you, you have to decide, okay, am I truly all in? Because once you make that decision, then I think that is kind of an impetus for getting to that next level. All right, Janelle, so let's talk about persistence.
So, am I muted?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, so sheer persistence is the difference between success and failure. Don't mind who said that. You have to continue going. There are bumps along the road in any job, especially in network marketing, guys, and you have to get over it. I think most of us were in this business in October. If you can survive the October blender and Plexus, you can survive anything. So it's just minimal bumps in the road. Yes, you can be discouraged. You can get a bit disappointed. I often send Amanda a message of, I want to complain up. And she allows me about 6 minutes to complain or be upset. And then she says, okay, all done. Now we're moving on. So you can't, as the diamond said, you have to take the emotion out of it, guys. It's business. If you were selling steel to a crazy company who buys steel, whoever buys steel, would you be upset if they suddenly didn't want to buy your steel? No, you would find somebody else to buy your steel. So you have to think of it like a business, not that it is a decision that they are quitting you, that they don't like you, that you've done something wrong. It is strictly business. And you have to keep going and lean on your support, lean on your sidelines, your uplines of, hey, I'm a bit discouraged. I need you to help me pull me out of this. And we all go through those bits and bobs, but you need to make them short-lived, guys, because dawdling in that isn't going to help grow your business, isn't going to get you out of it, and it's not going to make you make $20,000 a month. So it's kind of, yes, you can acknowledge it, as I think you should, but then you have to move on and realize that that's not going to break your business. So, Mans, I know you love this image.
Yeah. So I have seen this image since I started network marketing, and I think that it's very meaningful, right? What a lot of the jewels talk about is that they were working their business, talking to people, doing all of the work that you need to do on a daily basis to make this happen. And they were getting so frustrated with, hey, I'm just not seeing the momentum yet in my business. I'm not seeing, things kind of start exploding, because in network marketing, that's really how it works, right? Is you basically find that right formula, and then all of a sudden it just blows up because you're using that power of 3, and suddenly you have people in your business that are working it. And what I love about this image is just, you can keep working it, keep working it, keep working it. But if you decide at some point to stop and walk away, you don't know how close you might have been. Look at that guy, needed one more little chop with his pickaxe, and he would have hit the mother lode of diamonds. So the key here is that you've got to keep persisting, because you never know when that next little hit might be the one that takes you all the way to diamond. And really what it's about, and I think the difference that if you ask anyone, is that the difference between people who are truly successful in this business and those that stall out and decide to quit or leave is that those that made it are just the ones that worked at it longer, worked at it harder, had more no's, had more failures, all of those things. And they were the ones that kept going and kept moving through it, versus those that let themselves get bogged down in the emotion, get caught up in the roller coaster of this business, and didn't keep moving forward. Janelle and I have seen that in our own businesses, on people on our team, people that were so close to being gold, to getting to that next step, and then just decided to walk away from it. And you saw that income disclosure, right? Gold is nothing to sneeze at. How can you make $1,000 in 1 month and then the next month decide, I don't want to do this anymore? It's just crazy, because it's not just $1,000 a month long term. You keep going, it's going to be a whole lot more than that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Janelle, let's talk about what a DMO is and how they're going to make this happen logistically.
Okay, so Amanda and I really do talk about DMO being daily method of operation, and it being imperative for your business and making a success. And so do the diamonds. And we do that because, Mans, can you flip to the DMO sheet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that next? So see, this is the DMO sheet, and we'll share it in the event so that y'all can download it and print it. But what this does is it takes the guesswork and the preparing and the lollygagging that you'll do every morning of what should I do today, who should I talk to, I'll just look at Facebook and make my decision then and not do anything. Fill this in on Sundays, guys, and that will help you dictate your day. So if you do nothing else but follow this sheet, then you have done more than you probably would have done in that day. Can you go back to the other slide, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we really love that structuring your day. So how much time are you going to dedicate to working your business? If you are going to say 10 minutes a day, then do your 10 minutes. I said on another call recently, I was asked to speak. I'm fine with my kids going to daycare, but I will work from that 9 to 3. And it is my dedicated work time that I do work. And on the other day she's not there, then I spend time with her. However, if I'm going to pop on a show to get some work done, then I'm going to dedicate my 22 minutes of Dora to really work my 22 minutes while she watches her TV show. how are you going to minimize distractions? So whether that's turning off your Facebook chat or Facebook altogether, or is it telling your husband, like mine's home, he's on night shift tonight, babe, I got to work today. It's my work day. I'm sorry. And minimizing him as my distraction, because I could easily be like, hey, want to go to lunch instead of being on this call right now. And what are your key activities and priorities? So I remember my old business, one of my really good friends, salesperson, she said, I'm sorry, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm just writing some notes. And she's like, is that making you money? Well, no, not really. And she's like, okay, well, stop doing that then. It's not making you any money. Scrolling Facebook isn't making you money, guys. Allocating people into a list is making you money so that you comment on their posts. Reaching out to people is making you money. So often, I literally sit here in this chair and think, well, this isn't making me any money, and I quit doing it. Laundry's not making you money. Washing your dishes, like pretending to do all your housework on your workday is not making you money. So don't do it.
No.
Well, until you have to.
and Janelle and I talk about sometimes, you guys, when we're talking and we're working on our activities, we'll always ask each other, am I getting in the way of your IPA today? Because one of the big things is, and I have this quote like sitting on my little, sitting on the frame here, so I'll have to pick it up. But basically it says, have you paid yourself today? And as Janelle said, there are only certain things that are going to pay you, and you need to make sure no matter how big your team gets, no matter what's going on, that the work that you're doing pays you. And the only things that truly pay you are either finding new people to talk to about Plexus, following up with people, or talking to your existing customers and making sure that they're happy, that they're being successful with their product, and that they're going to continue ordering and continue working their business. So those are the things that you really need to be focused on, are those specific activities.
Yeah.
So Janelle, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
How are you going to use your 3-2-1 to drive your schedule? So that DMO has the different people whom you should be reaching out to, and it really helps, I think, setting a schedule. And then if you want to go above and beyond that, it's great. But if you are Ruby or below, really senior gold or below, your points your purpose should be working your business to grow your business 80% of the time, and investing in your team 20% of the time. So being on these calls is great investment in yourself, getting your team on these calls, but hosting your own call, if you're a gold, is probably not going to make you as much money as you should. So being very strategic about your time and how you allocate it and how it's going to help grow your business is very important, especially to set that groundwork in the beginning.
Absolutely.
It's okay to work your business part-time. It is. As we've all said, Plexus, you get to work it in your own time. But it is not okay to work your business some of the time. So I sent Amanda a voice message yesterday. I'm like, this has to be included. Because, guys, if you work for McDonald's, we'll just say that because it's up the road and it's the first thing that came to mind, and you have a shift Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you show up on Monday, you decide, I can't be bothered on Tuesday. Wednesday, you can only do 2 hours because then you have a facial. And Thursday, well, you did bits and bobs. Do you think McDonald's is going to keep you on? Probably not. And you're only 17 probably, so you're already fired. So, guys, it isn't a bits and bobs business. Consistency is key to success. You cannot just be in and out of your business when you feel like it, because people don't believe that you believe in these products. People don't see that you are consistent, that this is something you're passionate about, that this is something that works and that they need. And you aren't reaching the same audience every single time that you post or that you're talking. So I have a gal today, I'm meeting her for school pickup, who has been on my friends list and has consistently been liking my posts. And finally, I have a coffee date with her. She says, all right, just tell me what these Plexus things about. If I hadn't been consistently posting, she wouldn't know anything about it, because this woman intimidates me. She's totally on my chicken list. So I'm totally a little nervous, but it's fine. She reached out to me, but I should have reached out to her. That's not the point. Work, guys, consistently. You cannot work part-time.
Yep.
At some time.
All right.
Moving on.
You work a part-time. And you guys, we're not saying you have to dedicate an 8-hour shift to this. What we're saying is that, hey, if you only have 2 hours a day to work this business, make sure that you're working it in that time frame and that you're being consistent with what you're working. So you might be asking, what is this 3-2-1 DMO that you're talking about that Janelle showed you, that spreadsheet? So the 3 is that you want to reach out to 3 new people every day that you haven't talked to yet about Plexus from the products and the business perspective. Make sure you're still adding people to your Facebook, building relationships with people out and about. Make sure you're reaching out to people who may have liked your posts, commented, but you haven't actually reached out to them yet, or they haven't reached out to you yet. Look at your friends list. We talked a little bit about that last week, but that's your friends, relatives, acquaintances, all of those things, basically who you know that you ever want to talk to about Plexus. Then the 2 is really about your follow-up. Make sure you're following up with at least 2 new potential customers or ambassadors every single day. And that DMO sheet, if you guys are doing that on a regular basis, which, you know, I am, and I have seen my business really improve since doing this, you're already doing more than probably 90% of the network marketing folks that are out there. That's amazing, right? And think about, if you're reaching out to 3 new people, even 5 days a week, that's 15 new people that you're talking to every week. Okay, well, after a 4-week time period, so a month, you should be reaching out and touching at least 60 new people every single month. If you were to do that, think about how much your business is going to grow. Because guess what? Not every single one of those 60 people is going to want this business, but the more people you talk to, the more you're going to get to the 3 or 4 people that do want to work that business, and the even more than that want to try these products. So, and then the 1, if you have a team, you should be reaching out to those ambassadors, training them. Or if you don't have a team yet, you're really going to be focusing on educating yourself at least once a day with some type of training, whether that's 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, just making sure you're helping build that belief in yourself and growing yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about the tracker already. We'll make that available. The thing I like about this is taking that Sunday time, planning this out for the week, and then I don't allow myself to call my workday finished until I have finished at least my new people, my follow-ups, and my check-ins. So for me, this has just been a great accountability piece to make sure that I'm getting that work in every day. So Janelle, why don't you talk to us about follow-up?
So the gold is in the follow-up, guys. And I touch on this because I have seen my business grow from follow-up in quite a bit. So 48% of salespeople will never follow up with a prospect. Now, you can read all that while I talk, but I think a key thing is writing down your prospects and who you need to follow up with. There's statistics, but if you're not doing that, people fall through the cracks. I have, here, it's on my computer, sample, follow-ups, sample sent. I had like 40, so I didn't write all their names down. But that's what I need to do. So I took a picture of everyone I need to, and I'm going to follow up with them. But what I also do is, if you're a notebook person, or sorry, a planner person, is I write at the top of all of this. Ann Hines wants to order block. Reach out to Bronwyn for Edge. Donna's home from her cruise, so she needs to reorder. You have to write it down. My notebook cracks me up. But these are the things that you have to do, because otherwise you miss the opportunity to get that sale, if that's not sounds even too salesy, but is getting those people on board. And if you don't follow up, they will have already forgotten. If you don't reach out to them again, they might think that you don't really think that they need the products. And follow-up is great. You can send a simple message like, hey, I saw that post about your son. I really hope his chickenpox gets better. That's a nice, gentle follow-up. Or you can do, I saw this testimony. It made me think of you. Plenty of people want weight loss, and you can reuse that same testimony and send that message to numerous people. Like, hey, Sally, I was just thinking about you, and I saw this testimony. It made me think of you. How these products are changing lives is phenomenal. Let's get you going. Make it a call to action at the end and then send a testimony. People want to know you're thinking about them and that you see how and show them how these products can change their lives. Yeah. And then also, go ahead.
Can I just tell you real quick? If Erin hadn't followed up with me, so Erin Bush, my upline, if she hadn't followed up with me, I wouldn't be part of Plexus. I wouldn't be, because she not only reached out to me originally because she knew I was seeing her post, she knew I was following those things, but she was persistent. She followed up and she reached out to me several times. And if she hadn't done that, I would not have ordered. I would not have done this. And then none of the people on our team, the 350 people that are now part of our team, and some people whose lives have been so dramatically changed, that never would have happened if she hadn't followed up. So that's how important it is.
Yeah. And you never know what's going on in someone's life and when they're ready. Again, you cannot make that decision for them by writing them off your list. It could be money, it could be circumstances, or their health could fail far enough that they desperately need these products and are willing to give it a try finally. So nobody leaves your list till they're on your yes list, okay? Next slide, or the other part of that slide. So how many times should I follow up? 5 at least, but yeah, probably 5. I often space it out. I do different things. Like I said, the testimonies, the hey, how are you going? I make sure to offer them the specials when they come up. And just different bits and bobs, but be a part of their life, not make them feel like they're just a sale. And I know that that helps contribute to people trying the products. I have a gal who wants the products, she can't afford them, but I keep checking in of if she's found a sub job yet for teaching and how that's going. That's still participating in her life, and I know as soon as she gets a job, she will purchase from me because I have been in her life and participated. So don't think of them as just a number or one more person on your team. It's a relationship and a friendship that you have.
And look at those stats, guys. 80% of sales are made between the 5th and 12th contact. So when you stop at 3 because you feel like you're being annoying, when you stop at 5 because you're thinking, I've pushed them too much already, you're probably going to miss the sale because they're waiting for you to keep coming after them and asking them and for them to be ready to finally make that decision. So don't feel like you shouldn't be doing that. I love what Janelle said about staying present in their lives and then making sure that you are following up with them. Honestly, a lot of times I'll reach out to people and I'll just reach out to them and say something and they'll be like, oh yeah, hey, I wanted to go ahead and order. It's just like they got busy, they got distracted, they forgot what they were going to do with it. You just reach out to them with anything friendly and they're going to be like, oh yeah, hey, I wanted to do that Plexus thing. Like, can we go ahead and get started? Okay, great. Let me help you with that. So it gives you that natural opening to do it. All right. I want to make sure we finish up. So before you can get to $20,000 a month, you first have to get to some of these other levels, right? So the first thing you need to do, if you're not already, is actually get to silver. So to do that, all you need to do, like with that power of 3 that we talked about, you've got to have your $100 PV that either you or your customers have spent that month. You've got to have 3 ambassadors, and they all have to have their backup orders on. And we're talking, you guys, that silvers on average make around $442 a month. Like we talked about, that is nothing to sneeze at. That is a good amount of money. A lot of people, that would make a huge difference in their financial situation to have almost $450 extra a month. And that could be actually making your bills for the month. That could be actually getting to go and do some family stuff that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Like, it can make a huge difference. So nothing to sneeze at for sure. The next thing you have to do is after you get to silver, you have to get to gold, which means that you've got to have your 100 PV, but you need around 20 ambassadors. And that just equals out to be about 100 pay points. but only 3 of those ambassadors have to be personally sponsored. So the great part is this is your opportunity to find other people to go on this journey with you. Find those 5, 6, whatever other people that are also going to be able to get to that silver level and help you get to gold. So it's not just on you to get those 20 people. You have the opportunity to ask others to help you. They all have to have their backup orders on, and the average for a gold level person is around $1,000 a month. Again, huge difference maker. Go ahead, Janelle.
For silver, I literally tell my customers or ambassadors, tell me right off the top of your head. We were on a coaching call the other day, Amanda and I, with someone. Who are the 3 people, your mom, your neighbor, your sister, who will sign up and do this with you? And she listed off 3 names. Those are her 3, guys. Challenge people. They have 3 people. Even country folk have 3 people. So just make it simple. It is that simple, guys. 3 people. And then 20. I've probably seen 20 people today, and all I've done is gone to daycare, where I saw at least 5, 5 of my ambassadors at my daycare. But then I went to the gym, and I saw some more there, and Layla raised a hand. Did you have a question, Lovely? No? I don't know how to unmute you. Okay, but there's 20 people, and let's say I'm underneath Amanda. I knew 10, and Amanda knew 10, and that's what got her to gold, let's say. I don't remember what got you to gold, but I know I participated in adding people to our team that enabled Amanda to go gold originally.
Yep.
So, and that's the only rank we haven't done together, but I know I helped her get there. And I know that people on this call, Kayla and Amanda, and everyone on this call is helping us get to our next rank and has helped us along the way. It's not a one-man game. You cannot get to the top by yourself. It is a team, and we're here to help you get that 20 ambassadors, to help get you that $20,000. But you have to be willing and bold and reach out to those 20 people and try and get to those 20 on your own, and then kind of break it down from there. So what I'm saying is you don't have to get to 20 by yourself, but start to grow towards that number yourself, and the team will follow after that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that made more sense?
So what's interesting is they did a survey of all of the diamonds, and they asked them at the point that you made diamond, approximately like how many people did you have that you had personally signed? And the numbers varied. Everyone has a very unique team, but it was anywhere between that they had personally signed about 20 people, or like anywhere between like 20 and 80. So you can go as wide as you want, but you also have to go deep, because to Janelle's point, you're not going to be able to get there on your own. You need to find people that want to work this business alongside you, that want and can catch this vision and want to have that $20,000 a month. So that's something that's really important as you move through this. So,
and it's doable, guys.
It absolutely is.
Totally get there.
Okay, so I was also going to mention the average amount of time that it takes someone in Plexus to get to diamond level. Average is 20 months. That's it, you guys. Like, isn't it worth investing the next 20 months of your life to make more than $20,000 a month? You know, if this doesn't happen for you in 6 months, but it happened for you in less than 2 years, wouldn't it be worth it to invest that time? Because guess what? The time is going to go by anyway. You might as well invest it in getting to this $20,000 a month. Absolutely.
Well, and Amanda and I, this is another point I tell my team, is Amanda and I both went to uni. Amanda went to uni for 4 years to not make $446,000 a year, guys.
Yeah.
And yet, how much did you spend at USC? Thousands. So Amanda spent
hundreds of thousands
to get a 4-year degree, to then work her butt off to then make less than a diamond. So, or you could work 20 months, invest $35 twice, and make $446,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's crazy.
I know that I loved what Jessica Heffley said at convention, and she talked about this is the only industry, this is the only company that you can work in your yoga pants and have like no education and make more than a brain surgeon, right? And think about how much time they spent in school and how many medical like school bills they have left to pay. I mean, this is really a phenomenal opportunity, and really the key to this is the persistence. So Janelle, talk to us about like some things that we can do immediately to start making this happen.
Okay, so we really like giving you guys homework now, because that's how I succeed. Give me a to-do list and I will do it. So your immediate action is Beck Catton. She's the Sapphire here in Australia, and I have joined up, and we're doing a getting to gold and also a silver group. So if anyone on this call is not silver yet, we want you to join our silver group, or if you have team members who aren't silver yet, throw them into this silver group, and we'll add up the thread for you guys to add, and we'll approve you. But we want you in the silver group because these are different tasks, and these are ones to get you to your 3 ambassadors and get you your first bonus. As soon as you go silver, Beck or I will upgrade you into our getting to gold group, which is a group which was focused on getting those 20 ambassadors, those 100 points, and getting you to gold. And there's great tasks in there, there's homework, there's check-in days, and great incentives to keep going and really get you there. And I know Beck and I have been working for a little bit together of how to make this the most successful for you. So be thinking about your team, be thinking about if you want to link arms with your best friend and say, hey, we're doing this and we're joining the silver group. That's fine. Go make her sign up. Amanda, we signed up in a bar in a hotel in the bottom. She signed me up, like, with the cocktail. And I was like, whatever, sounds great. Like, get your girlfriend, make her do it, or your sister. Then you need to be active on your team pages. It's important for people to want that community, to feel the community, to feel welcome. If somebody new joins, guys, remember when you joined? And everyone's like, hey, welcome, yay, so glad to have you. Do the same for them, for all these new people, because they've just started their journey and they want that encouragement, that excitement too. And who doesn't like all these random people saying, hey, it's so great to meet you? I know I do, but I'm totally a words of affirmation girl. But it's nice, so do it too. Be consistent with your Facebook posts. This is really imperative for everyone seeing that you are loving these products, you are still in the business, and that's part of what you are. We have a different training on the different types of posts that we put up. Build your belief. So if you feel like, oh, I don't know if this is right for me, go watch some diamond documentaries. Go do the diamond calls. Go to the health and wellness testimony page and see what these products are doing to change their lives. Or talk to your upline. I guarantee you I could name numerous people, some people on this call whose lives have been changed because of these products. And that's what you have to remember is I helped change that person's life. How much pain would that person have been in, or discomfort if we're going compliant? How much pain has that person been in up until I told them about Plexus? I need to keep sharing. Training. It's great, guys. It's imperative to keep learning. You will see Melissa Eichenhurst in trainings, providing them, going to them. She took plenty of notes at the training that we went to with Leslie Zan. So it's not like you just know everything. You just show up, and as Amanda said, you learn something new each time. And we have plenty of guest speakers on our trainings. And I know I take heaps and heaps of notes every time because I don't know everything. I am not a diamond, double diamond, rock star network marketer. I got plenty to learn, guys. So do you. Add new people to your network. It's so funny, Amanda put this post up in our team page of how you need to add, and you should have more than 500 people, and she only had like 523. So she pulled herself up and said, I got to add even more. But it's good for her because she was at 200 something when she started Plexus. But go and look at creepy Facebooks like Friend Suggestion, and Jimmy from high school is probably on there, and make him your friend again. Think about, I friended somebody who wanted to join one of my groups. She's totally going to be on Plexus by the end of the day. There are so many opportunities. This gal I'm meeting with today is just from a school friend or school mom. Our kids have the same name. That's why we know each other. That type of thing. Look for every opportunity to add to your network. It doesn't mean once you reach senior Ruby like we are, oh, we're fine, we don't need more people. No, you keep growing, you keep adding, you keep working your business. Allocate time each day for your DMO and do it. So often Amanda and I say, oh, I kind of want to just go relax. And she's like, okay, you're going to do 30 minutes of power work, and then you can do whatever you want for 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, 30 minutes of power work, I can do that. Guys, it's like going to the gym. Don't tell yourself you have to go for 3 hours. If you only have 20 minutes, allocate that 20 minutes and work your butt off. You can do it. It isn't mandatory that you allocate 8 hours a day, 5, 3, 1. But be very concise and look at that DMO sheet, look at your IPAs, and get them done.
Yep. All right, Janelle, it's right at the top of the hour, so I want to go ahead and wrap up and let everyone get back to their lives.
Top of the hour, she says.
So, great to have you guys here. Is there any questions? Janelle, do you want to unmute everyone in case there is?
Yes. Does anyone have any questions? Amanda says no. Beckery muted herself. I'm going to go with no for her.
Sorry.
All right. Well, let us know if you do have any questions. Feel free to message Amanda or I, or text her upline. I'm sure she can answer your questions too. And jump in. We are not putting people automatically in our groups. If you want in the going silver or going gold groups, then comment and we will add you, or send us a message that you want to be a part of it. And we would love to help you achieve that goal. So have a wonderful rest of the day and New Americans evening. And we will see you guys next Wednesday.
Thanks, everyone.
Audrey's husband's not home for her audio. Bye.
Bye.